Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another part in the Mom Fitness Files, and it is going to be my recommendations as a personal trainer, but also as a mom who's gone through her own fitness journey on how to build a strength training program. And when I refer to strength training, I'm talking about lifting weights or doing some type of resistance training exercise. You guys know from my previous videos my opinion on women who do too much cardio. So if you're like, oh, what is she talking about? Then you should probably go check out that video where I kind of go over my stance as a trainer on too much cardio. So today's video is strictly going to be if you're looking how to start lifting weights on your own and you're not really sure where to start. Now, I'm not going to be demoing any exercises for you guys. I'm just going to be giving you the parameters around how to build it. It is very easy, very easy to find exercises using weights. You can go on YouTube. There's people's channels that are totally dedicated to that. You can go on Pinterest. You can do a simple Google search. You could hire a personal trainer if you really don't have any idea. There's tons of ways. So I'm not going to be doing that. But what I am going to be talking to you about today is how to come up with a program of how to lift weights. For instance, if you've never lifted weights, where should you start? If you've been lifting weights, what should you do to keep yourself progressing? So that's what this is going to be about. Strength training is the #1 way you're going to see change in your body. So it's really important if you're trying to get fit that you are lifting weights at least 2 or 3 times a week minimum. Okay, so if you are just getting back into working out and you are unsure of how to utilize certain machines at your gym or whatever, go and get a free, it's 9 times out of 10 free, equipment orientation. Now, every gym will call it a different thing, and depending on the size, you might just be able to walk up to someone and say, hey, can you show me how this machine works? Or if you have a bigger gym, you might need to make an appointment with the trainer or whatever. But if you're new and you're really not sure on how to use some of the equipment, don't be embarrassed. That's what the job is for. Ask somebody to help you. Ask someone to show you. It is nothing against yourself or like your ego to ask for someone who is trained to show you how to do an exercise or how to use a piece of equipment. So that is my first suggestion. If you're totally new, you really don't know how to use things with proper form, if you're not going to hire a trainer, just at the minimum, get that equipment orientation, okay? Because you don't want to be one of those people that should be on those gym fail videos doing some kind of crazy exercise on a machine and it's not intended for that. So definitely check out what your gym offers. Find someone who's a trainer or who is very knowledgeable and trustworthy and have them show you around. I've done that for tons of clients. It's usually called an equipment orientation, just so you guys know. So once you've done that and you feel decently comfortable with the equipment, the machines, how things work, you're decently familiarized with your body as far as anatomy goes. Your chest is here, your biceps are here, your triceps are here, shoulders here, rear deltoids back here. Just you have an idea of where your muscles are. Then what you're going to want to do, and this is what I do for all of my clients, is you are going to, if you're a beginner, you're going to want to start with around 4 different exercises. So for the sake of saving time, let's just pick chest, okay? So if you are brand new to weightlifting, you're not going to go in there and kill your chest for an hour because that'll be way too much, way too soon. Lots of issues can arise from that, so just take my advice. 4 to 5 different exercises. So for your chest, you could do push-ups, you could do bench press, you could do chest flies, you could do a resistance cable machine across the chest, another chest exercise. So that's what I mean when I say pick 4 exercises, okay? So you've got your 4 exercises. They all are working your chest. Now you're gonna want to do 3 sets of 10, if you can, at each station, okay? So 3 sets of 10 of push-ups, 3 sets of 10 on bench press, 3 sets of 10 on your chest cable machine, 3 sets of 10 always. So you're doing 30 repetitions at each one, okay? So this is if you're a beginner. 4 to 5 different exercises. Now, resting periods in between those sets can vary, but generally my recommendation is 30 seconds to a minute in between each of your sets. You're resting and then you perform it again. Now, before I go any further and I make any more recommendations, you need to understand weight selection. Now, if you are brand new to weightlifting and you have no idea how strong you are, definitely start slow and work your way up. However, if you continue to only use a 10-pound dumbbell, you will only reach a certain level of strength. So I do not recommend that you just do 10 pounds on everything. My recommendation as a trainer, there's a calculation, it's like 85% of your 1 rep maximum, which I just totally confused some of you guys. But basically in simple terms, what that means is that your weight selection needs to be heavy enough to challenge you to finish out those 10 reps, but you are able to complete them, okay? So if you pick up 50s and you try to Hulk them and you can't do it, well, obviously that's too heavy. But if you go to 10s and you're like this and you're going to town and you're barely feeling it, that's too light. So you do need to find where you're at. A trainer will definitely be able to help you with that, but it's not something that you can't figure out on your own. You need to train with the appropriate weight selection to break the muscle down in order to have it build back so that you get stronger and you have more muscle mass. That's the whole goal of weight training. So make sure you take note of that. Do not just do light weights. You need to go heavier. And for every person, that's going to be different. But it should be a challenge. If it's not a challenge, it's not heavy enough, okay? Now, that I just gave you my recommendation for beginners. 4 or 5 different exercises, 3 sets of 10 at each one, okay? Now, if you're intermediate, I'm going to suggest that you do the same thing. However, you do 6 or 7 different exercises, okay? Now, so you'd pick 6 or 7 different stations, basically different pieces of equipment or different exercises. Like for chest, you could do open chest flies, you could do dumbbell bench press with alternating arms, double arms. You could do lots of different things. Now, for an advanced weight training client, the most you should ever really be completing on one body part, so just your chest, would be 10 sets, 10 exercises, 3 sets of 10 or 3 sets of 8, depending on what weight selection you're working with. That's the most you should do. You should not be doing 20 different exercises for your chest because number 1, you don't want to overtrain, and number 2, if you're able to do that many, then your weight selection was off. So my personal recommendation as a personal trainer, and I implement it on myself as well as all of my clients, is we don't go above 10 exercises for weight training. Okay, so now that's one body part. Now, the other thing to know about weight training is that it's pretty rare that you only are working one body part. For example, when you're working your chest, your tricep is assisting your chest in all of the loading of your chest exercise. So you're also working your tricep. So it's a really good idea to add in something called supersets to your weight training program, which means that you perform your chest exercise and in your resting period, you are doing a different exercise for a different muscle. So I personally always work my chest and triceps together because my tricep is already helping my chest, and triceps don't take a long time to fatigue and burn them out. And so those two I always put together. So I would do my bench press, and then while I'm resting to give my chest a break, I would be doing my tricep dips or an overhead tricep extension or something like that. So that is what you're going to want to do. Now, if you're still clueless, now you're like, okay, great. I know how many I should be doing. And now I kind of know that I need to go a little bit heavier and not just go for the 5-pound dumbbells, but I don't know enough exercises. Well, this is when you become slightly self-motivated and you Google or YouTube search chest exercises. You can just get a simple magazine. You can find Pinterest workouts, whatever it is. So that will help you become more knowledgeable on how to work out. So I recommend that you guys definitely search out your exercises before you go to the gym. Don't show up and then look around and then wonder what to do. Definitely have an idea of what you're going to do, what you're going to work, and now you know my recommendations on how to build a program. 4 or 5 different exercises on different things if you're a beginner. 3 sets of 10 at each. Intermediate, 6 to 7, and advanced, 8 to 10. Now, you definitely always want to warm up. So go for a little run, swing your arms, really warm up your body. Maybe do a few sets of, with very light dumbbells of an exercise you're going to perform just to warm up your muscles through that range of motion. Don't ever go into the gym and just pick up weights and start going to town. You need to warm your body up. And then you would complete those number of sets, wherever you're at with that, and record your numbers, you guys. If you do a bench press and you're struggling to just use the bar is usually 45 pounds in any gym, and you're struggling with that, make notes of it. Now, if you have a trainer, they're definitely going to note many more things. But if you're working out on your own, 1 or 2 notes from your strength workouts can be hugely helpful to keep you motivated and to help you see that you are getting stronger. Give yourself a push-up test. See how many push-ups you can do on your toes in 1 minute, and then start weightlifting, and then 8 weeks later do the same thing and see what you can do. Those are the kind of goals that keep us going on this health and fitness journey for a long time. And a lot of people don't do that. They forget to record any information down. So I use the notes in my iPhone. I just plug it in right there, and then I'm good to go. So definitely take notes of where you start and evaluate yourself as you go, especially if you're not working with a trainer. You're going to definitely want to remember where you started and then where you are. So I hope this video helps any of you guys out there who are looking to start lifting weights. I know as women, it can be totally intimidating to go into a weight room, usually filled with men who are making loud sounds and you feel like they know what they're doing. I've seen lots of men that I'm a little worried about, but don't be intimidated. We all belong in the weight room. Don't let some guys or some super fit girls scare you out of there. Everybody started somewhere. Plan out your workouts ahead of time. If you're a beginner, use that little bit of info I just gave you. If you have any questions on exercises or anything related to weight training for women especially, leave it in the comments below. I will get back to you. And if you did not watch the rest of the videos, I will leave a link to the playlist in the description box. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If it helped you, give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe and stick around. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys then, okay? Bye.